Louisiana. From its iconic cities to the swamps of Acadiana, its geography is just as diverse as the people that live there. To this day, family is at the core of who we are, and one of the things we love to do is share. As a Rainy Cajun, I might be what you consider a Louisiana expat. Now living in the Seattle area, one of my missions in life has been to share my culture and introduce more people than ever to the place that I still call home. So grab your favorite beverage, find a spot to sit back and relax. The next episode begins now. All right, we're live. Welcome back, everybody. You're looking at episode 102 of the Rainy Cajun. I'm your host, the Rainy Cajun, otherwise known as Jeremy. And I am here at Alta's again this weekend to talk more about food. Last week, we started to talk a little bit about food. And I had some gripes that I wanted to air that, not about you, but there was some stuff that I was like, I wanted to talk about. Let's go ahead and bring in Neel here. Yeah, with Cajun Fest coming up, I'm starting to see like little spatterings of people talking about it online. I'm kind of disappointed in my people, but I'll get to that. All right, so we'll save that. We'll save that for a little bit later. But so this week we're going to talk Best Stop, and Best Stop is it's a place. It's a rush. Did it start as a gas stop and then became
It was like they started selling boudin on the side of the road and stuff, and they
Right.
just kept building it from that stuff.
Okay.
Now it's a grocery store. Now they're online.
They're all over the place.
Yeah,
now.
they got 3 or 4. They do franchise and different things they're doing right now.
Now you carry Best Stop stuff here, and you use it in the food that you make here, right?
Some of it. We ain't gonna give them all our secrets, but yeah.
Right. No, we're not doing. We're not.
Right.
But you add your little something
Yep.
to it, so that we will never give away.
Right.
That's yours and yours alone. But as far as like the types of products that they have, I mean, I had not heard of Best Stop even growing up there. I hadn't heard about it. It wasn't until you started carrying it here. I was like, and I started to do the history and looking into it and everything, and I was like, wow, these guys have been around a long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
Yep. Secret is out.
Yeah, the secret's out. Now, are you the only one carrying Best Stop up here in the Northwest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the only one carries and stuff, and we do a contract with them so that the only one can carry it.
Yeah.
That's our whole motto here. Poches, all those guys, they with us, and and we built this thing here in Washington, and we're gonna keep it that way. You have to come through Alta, so that's
Sure.
what we about here.
Sure. So you have some stuff that we can talk about, which people can come in and get from the store, and we'll look at that now. You've got what? You've got
Best Stop boudin.
You got the boudin, the smoked boudin.
Yep.
Come over a little bit to your right. There we go. There we go. There it's in here.
Boudin and stuff. We sell a lot of this.
Okay. And then you've also got some seasonings of theirs.
I got 2 different types of season that we use. We put in some product, some of our red beans, stuff like that, as far as I'm gonna tell you, but it's a good product to use. So yeah, come in and get it. It'll change your whole recipe.
Yeah, and this is my contribution. Thank you very much, Best Stop, for sending us hats. This is really cool stuff. Boudin is a lot of people have heard of andouille, but boudin is kind of a different animal. It not in reality. It's, of course it is, but I mean, what, like they have, you've got the smoked boudin, but then you've got some other flavors
Yeah,
too,
they got
right?
original, they got a mild, they got a crawfish one just came out a few months back and stuff.
Right,
And there's other places down there sell deer, alligator boudin, just different stuff. You can put all different types of meat. It's just a combination of meat and rice
right,
that's seasoned up really well.
right.
So, and it's injected in a sausage casing.
The sausage case.
Yep.
And so for you, you like the smoked boudin. I mean, I like the smoked boudin. I think it tastes pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Um, the do you find that that helps the flavoring of whatever you're putting it in, like that
Absolutely.
smokiness?
It just
Yeah,
you make your stuff the best you can make it, the perfect thing, and then you just throw that in there,
yeah,
whatever you're doing, and it just adds to what you're doing.
sure,
So it doesn't, it just enhances whatever you're doing and stuff. So,
right,
so, and that's our secret, what we do here and stuff,
yeah,
we do the gumboo and we sell out we do it Friday, Saturday, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we sell completely out. And when we first started doing it, people were like, what's gumboo? Never
yeah,
heard of that. Now our customers coming in, they like, hey, can I get some gumboo?
yeah, yeah, right,
So, hey, and we trademarked the name on it and stuff, and getting some other things done. We finna start doing it in bulk so we can sell it frozen and stuff like that. Those
right.
different types of things that we're trying to do. Also down the road, but not right now, but a little later on stuff. Hopefully by Thanksgiving, Christmas, we can have it so you can sit home with your family and eat some gumbo.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Yeah,
You get like a gallon jar,
absolutely.
or not jar,
Jug,
jug
container.
container, you know, and you know, like right now, I think it was you that introduced me to some of the stuff you can get from Poche's, for instance, that comes in those big,
Yeah,
containers, right?
dressing mix,
It,
jambalaya, all
yeah,
that stuff. They makes all of it.
they make all of it. And so, when he says they're authentic, I mean, it's no joke. I mean, we're really, what we're talking about here is, yeah, a lot of it is, you put your special touches on it, but a lot of it, comes from down there. And
All of it come from the South.
yeah,
Everything we bring, yeah, that's why we Alpha's Louisiana Cajun, because we bring everything from the South.
right.
And we get people come in here and they'll walk in the store and they be like, well, I come to check this place out. I heard about it and stuff. But when I see that Best Stop and I see Poche's and I see the D&D smokes, I know this guy is real because you can't find that nowhere here.
That's right.
And that's how we have built what we built today
Yeah.
for that reason. It may cost you a little more, but you're going to get the real taste that you get in the South.
You know what though? I think growing up in the South and then moving away, I think a lot of us are willing to pay for the real deal. The interpreted crap, no,
Right.
not so much, right? But if I know I can get something from Poche's or from Best Stop or from any number of manufacturers down there, I would definitely pay a premium. This isn't a paid commercial. This is the truth. Life's too short to drink and eat crap. So, and one of the things that I don't talk about much these days, of course, I used to run a brewery, and one of the key components in a lot of the food that you make here contains a lot of water, right? So whether it's the red beans and rice, right, or even
The gumbo.
the gumboo, you've got a lot of water going on in there. And I think one of the things that people don't realize is that, as crappy as Louisiana water may be perceived as, it's what lends a lot of character to the flavor,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so, like, you've got Gambino's French bread and Leidenheimer's French
Yep.
bread here, right? And so, how many times you tried, like, what people call a po' boy with some loaf that was made locally, And don't get me wrong. I mean, the there's some great breads made outside of New Orleans, but when it comes to po' boy bread, that is a very unique, very special thing.
You have to have that Louisiana bread.
You do. And a large part of that is the fact that you got water being a key component of that. I remember growing up, I'm not sure if this study was sponsored by a local uh, company or not, but New Orleans water was voted the best water in the country.
Yeah.
I remember we were all looking at each other. I mean, back then, I don't know, I was probably in early teens, and I'm not really even thinking about that, but I just remember all the adults in the family going, "What?" And
They got the Kentwood water down there and stuff.
that's true. Abita,
Beetle,
yeah,
all that's water. I don't know where it's coming from, but people drink it.
people drink
You
it.
don't have an option.
Now we'll get to your roots at some point in a future show, but on the North Shore, I remember my family who had houses on the North Shore, they often, like, when I take a shower, they called it egg water. Did you have that? Like where it smelled like a little bit of sulfur or
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, in some areas down the city waters, a lot of people out in the country part of the North Shore, a lot of people own their own wells and stuff
sure.
back in the days and stuff. And that's where you get that good fresh water.
Yeah,
We grew up, or we grew out from Covington and stuff, a little further north of there and stuff. We had our own well water and stuff.
yeah,
That water you could drink it right out of the well, and it was just cold and fresh, good water and stuff. And then
yeah,
they started having the city water come in and stuff. To some people got it and stuff, and you could catch a glass of it and it looked like milk until it settled
yeah.
down and stuff. But yeah, but we wouldn't drink it. We always had the well water and stuff. So yeah, pretty interesting.
I forgot about Kentwood. Anyway, we're
Yeah,
reminiscing here on a lot of brands that you guys haven't even heard of before, but um, that there is something to the fact that the products that you bring up from the South and specifically Louisiana use water that is from the area to make it, and that does lend a certain flavor. Whether or
yeah,
not it's a good flavor, hey, it's the flavor, and people love it.
must be good. People buying it,
Yeah,
people eating it, and people talks about Louisiana food. Anytime somebody go down there, they come back, hey man, the food, the music is amazing down there. So
yeah,
something's working regardless,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. So I wanted to get back to what I said early on about having a beef with some of my fellow Louisianians that are now up here in the Northwest.
Uh-oh.
Um, and this is one of those things is that as we move further along in the podcast, uh, I'll I'm not known for having much of a filter. I will often say what's on my mind. Sometimes that will get me in a lot of trouble.
Alfred ain't part of this.
It's not sponsored by so my opinions are my own and not the opinions of all those. But uh, you know, we're very fortunate as a group of people living outside of where we grew up to have a place like this. You just simply can't get a lot of the foods that we grew up on anywhere else, right?
Right.
And of course, Cajun Fest is coming up, and I think I still have that. Let me see if I can find it here. Where did I put it? I had it from. Now, let's see if I got a me. Oh, there we go. So this is Cajun Fest. It's coming up, and you and I talked about it last week, and there's definitely uh, there's a lot of things that are uniquely Cajun about the Cajun Fest, but then there's also things that are just entertainment, right? You've got the Zydeco, you've got Cajun music, but I mean it's it's a festival.
Right.
It's not necessarily 100% like every little thing is going to be Cajun. So I saw this one post on Facebook where this guy said, if they don't got cracklins and boudin, I'm flipping tables. And I thought to myself, I'm like, is it really that? I mean, it's like, you guys, there's a reason why Neil is one of the only games in town. Well, the only game in town this is hard. I mean, doing this stuff, sourcing all these ingredients is really hard. And putting it all together in a format like this is hard to start and it's hard to maintain. And that's not to make excuses, but I think, we as a people, meaning from Louisiana, we can do better than that. I mean, it's like I get it. It's like you call
Well,
something.
I just hope he was making a joke about it. That's, hopefully that's what I don't know.
Oh well, hopefully.
didn't,
I
yeah.
mean, but a lot of people are well, it's, if they don't got this, it's not a true Cajun fest, and all these other things. And it's like, man,
Yeah.
you don't need to be so judgy. Just come out and have a good time.
And what we do here at Alpha is we make sure that I don't focus on that 2% that give us negative. I
Right.
focus on that 98% that give us positive here at this store, because I don't feed on negative energy.
Sure.
So that 2% that talks crazy or negative, whatever you want to say, it doesn't bother me, because I focus on the 98% that comes here and love us and enjoy what we do here. And we have got some people who come in and give us a little negative vibe, but they, that's just people. So I don't let it bother me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you run a public establishment,
Right.
that's just the way things can be sometimes.
Exactly.
You get people that think that, when I ran the Cajun restaurant, I had one guy's like, it's not an authentic shrimp po' boy unless it has remoulade on it. I'm going, dude, I grew up there. We ain't never put remoulade on a shrimp po' boy, and that was like that had to be like that,
And everybody got their own theory of Cajun stuff, yeah, so.
But it is interesting though to me that how opinionated people
yeah.
can be.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But one of the things I have noticed about your guests, the ones that come through, like you said, 98% of them are very gracious. They're happy you're open. They're happy you're here. And then, they enjoy what you have to offer.
Absolutely.
And that's, and I'm glad you can focus on that 98%. For some reason, man, I latch on that's why I got out of this business altogether, because I'll start flipping tables. I'm like, come on, people, we can do better than this. We as a group of people, I mean, we should be thankful that we even have something like
Right.
this kind of access,
Right.
to this stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen the hard work you put into this place. It
Oh, yeah.
is,
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
a challenge.
my thing is, and I've always been just a humble, down to earth guy. And one of my mentor guys, he said, you never focus on the negative.
Sure.
If it is negative, you try to find the good out of that negative and put it towards your positive. And so, me, I just, like I said, I get maybe 1 or 2% people that come in here and they look at stuff and, and they may give you a negative vibe or something like that. But 2 weeks later, they're right back in here. And all of a sudden they're laughing and talking with us and like, oh, hey, how you doing, brother?
Yeah.
But like I said, I focus on that positive side, that 98% of the people who come in here, they say, oh man, you're doing a great job. I appreciate what you're doing and stuff, because they can't get it anywhere else, and so that's what I focus on. And,
that's like,
and in business, you're gonna get a lot of negative and stuff. So you have to be above that, stronger than that, and understand that, hey, some people got their own opinions, and and we'll get them come in here. Some of them come in here and like, oh, how come you don't carry this? How come you? We'll try to get it in, but if I can't get it, I can't get it. And that's what I focus on.
Yeah.
Because if I focus on that, I'm losing my 98% to 2%.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that.
Sure.
That's why we're growing where we at now, because I focus on that 98% of the people. Because like I said, if I focus on that 2%, then I'm not fair to these other people who coming in here and who enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's how you grow. You focus on the positive and keep moving with that.
yeah.
Yep.
And that, like I said, you have very gracious customer. I mean, there's people that I've never seen here before, and you treat them like you've known them forever.
Everybody come here, they might, and I get black, white, Chinese,
Sure.
and when it's just me, I either, hey brother, how you doing? How you
Right.
doing, my sister? East Indian, Chinese.
Right. Right. Right.
They family to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what when you come in here, I don't care if you don't have a dime, if I'm donating something to you, either you spending $1,000 in it, I'm treating everybody the same way. And
Right.
that's what this whole thing is about. My whole family, we was about giving and loving and caring and
Yeah.
stuff. And so it's not nothing that I practice. It's just something that we normally do back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
My family, my mother and father, man, they always taught us to give. You always give.
Yeah.
And I give so much stuff away here in this store to people. A couple of months ago, we were looking at, we gave away about $1,500 for 1 month, just give away product because we see that and these customers going to come back sooner or later and they buy more stuff and it's worth it to me. If I give
Sure.
something away, it's worth it to me.
Sure.
And not just for the money. I do it because it's feeding some young kid that may have not had no food for that day.
Right.
And that's what it's all about with me and stuff. It's all about giving and helping people and stuff. And that's what makes me be able to sleep good at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, just what was it last week? You had, I guess they were new customers, but you were outside praying with them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I was like,
absolutely.
I'm like, what the hell's going on? And no, they're just,
Yeah.
saying,
They want to see. Yeah, they come here and I get a lot of them. People who are religious and stuff, and they
yeah,
come here and they're like, "Hey, I just want to pray over your store with you. Hey, give me that love, girl."
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's what we about here. And there's a lot of people. Some people come in here and they have family issues. They'll talk to me about them and stuff because they
sure,
know it ain't going no further than me and them.
yeah,
And so that's my whole thing is we ain't just a store. We here to help our people and
yeah.
show people love. I never will forget a long time ago, this guy come in here, he was talking about killing himself. And I
Damn.
talked to him. Yeah, I talked to him and that dude was like, he said, man, you saved my life. And I told him, I said, man, it ain't worth all that. And I said, and he just needed somebody to talk to and tell him it was gonna
Yeah,
be okay.
yeah,
That's what I do. I just try to talk to people and let them know it's okay and stuff, and you know, that's we more than
dude.
just a
I
store.
mean, you think about it. That's who's gonna walk into a Safeway and talk like that?
They ain't gonna hear you. They
Right.
don't care.
They don't
Buy
care.
your stuff and get out of here.
Yep. Yeah.
But we don't do that here.
Well, I
We
mean, even when we were going through hard times, after we closed our business, you were helping us out,
absolutely,
and that was great. I mean,
absolutely,
we had some of the best meals we'd ever had.
absolutely.
That
I
was
do that to people. If somebody come in and I know they on bad time, man, it would be tough for me not to give them something.
there really isn't. There's not a lot of people like you up here.
Anywhere.
I didn't expect this podcast to go this direction, which is one of the nice things about live is that, sometimes you just kind of go, whoop, and that's what we're doing.
Yep.
But, and also because the food's not ready, but that's a whole nother subject. But, the people know that they can come to you and open up to you. And, you're not just the shop owner. I mean, you're a friend or, a brother of sorts, even if it's not by blood,
Just
that's
who I am.
yeah,
That's who I am, man. And like I said, I don't care what color. I call them brother. Hey, my sister. Hey, my brother. How you doing?
yeah,
And if people just a head up to everybody, that's just me. That's just who I am and stuff. So I look at you as my brother and my sister.
right,
Not just somebody who coming in and buying product from me.
yeah,
And so me is to give out good love, good vibe, good energy, to people. So when they come here, they they feel like they at their grandmother's house,
yeah, yeah,
and I buy these freeze pops and I give them to the kids and stuff. They come in here, And now I asked it, hey, I'm gonna give them to you, but don't open them in my store because I got sticky stuff all over the floor all day long and in the evening stuff. So, but yeah, I love doing that kind of stuff, giving the kids popsicles and
Yeah,
stuff like that. And a lot of them, you know, it's funny later, like my daughters, they want to come to your store every week because they know they get freeze pops and stuff for free. They like, Mom, let's go to the Louisiana store. And so for me, it's about giving something back to the people and stuff like, you know, so that they can be able to, you know, see that we ain't just about money here. We
right.
about family. We about people, helping people, and all those types of things. And so that's what
And
we
the
want to be
vibe
different.
here, you know, I, I know you kind of, it's a combination of things, but this reminds me very much of like an old grocery store in New Orleans,
Absolutely.
right? Like a
Mm,
corner store, right? And it's just kind of a mishmash of, oh, well, that rack was available, so let's put it there. Or even
that's
these stainless steel tables that, you know, it came from next door. That, you know, you just it works, right? And it's just kind of, you know, it's like,
and I'm not looking for the Safeway model where you go down there
yeah,
and all this here and that there and that there. That's not what we are.
yeah,
You know, we going against the grain here, and we want to be where you feel like, you know, you go to your grandmother, the salt may be here today, next week it may be in the shelf on that side and
right,
stuff.
right,
You know, it depends on what she got room. And
yeah,
that's our whole motto here and stuff. What we trying to create here, something that, you know, and we don't never want to be. I don't never want to be big as like. I like to be big, but I don't want to be so big where you start losing the love and the southern hospitality of a store.
sure,
And I prefer to have all my stores in the future, and we open up more stores to have more. I mean, maybe a little bigger, but enough that you can feel the love when you come in there.
yeah,
Somebody laughing and talking, just showing you, telling you about different products and different things like that. And that's our whole motto and what we trying to
yeah,
create here, you know, and just basically just being ourselves, what we
yeah,
normally grew up being. And that's what, and all this stuff, like I said, it's nothing I'm practicing and learning and stuff. It's just something that I was taught growing up as a kid. You be
yeah,
nice to people and stuff, and that's what it's all about here. So you come here, you're gonna have a good time. We laugh and talk with you. You know, some people come in, they stay 30, 40 minutes just BSing in here with us,
yeah, yeah,
you know, and I've learned so many people and so many friends and just a lot of people when just by having this store and stuff, you know. And people just want to talk.
yeah, yeah,
Want somebody to show them some love, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you certainly do that here. I mean, that's,
What we about?
yeah, that's, and I know the biggest challenge for you is just making sure you keep these shelves stocked. And you
Yeah.
know, like we were talking last weekend, you got a deal signed now, so
Yeah,
hopefully,
we got trucks coming in just coming Wednesday and Thursday,
yeah,
maybe Tuesday. And so with the new distributor and stuff, so we all this empty shelf stuff fixing to stop, you know, because and
I
it's
don't
been a
see the
journey.
empty shelves. I don't know
Well,
what
they
you're talking
full.
about.
Yeah, they full. Yeah. But our whole thing is to just make sure that, you know, we and the consistent. That's been the challenge we had and stuff.
Yeah,
But I think it's going to work out now since we got this bigger company and stuff that, and they really open to us. They welcomed us to the family and stuff, you
yeah,
know, and so I think it's going to work out really well and stuff. So we can keep everything consistent and stuff like that. So, and a lot of new product that
yeah.
they carry that we're going to be bringing in stuff, you know, Bill is done. They sell all their stuff.
Sure,
So,
sure.
so that's what we're going to be about here.
Cool. Well, I've got one of the challenges, and I want to see if I can. We'll figure out something, but you know, you bring in Bluebell ice cream, right? And it's summertime right now, so this is the time of year where people are into the ice cream, and you sell a massive amount of
Yeah.
ice cream from
And
Bluebell.
it ain't just wintertime here. People eat ice cream. We sell it
But
winter, summer. People eat
yeah,
it
yeah, you know what?
constantly.
My very first job when I lived in New Orleans was working at Baskin Robbins, and our busiest season wasn't the summer; it was the winter. And for the life of me, I couldn't explain it. But
Sitting home watching TV, they want some cold ice cream.
yeah,
Just love it. Yeah.
so I mean, I'd like to. I don't know. We'll figure out something, but I'd like to like grab a selection of the bluebell flavors that you have here that are popular, and maybe not some not so popular ones, and then we can kind of chit chat about them. Because I think next weekend is, well, how many weeks do we have until the Cajun Fest? Is
Got
it
2 more weeks
2 weeks?
on
So
the
we got
19th.
next weekend that's open, right? And then the following weekend is Cajun Fest,
Yep.
right? Okay. Well, we'll figure something out because once Cajun Fest hits, I can already tell that that's going to be just a massive,
It's
like,
crazy.
just wow, you know. So
It's crazy last year. A lot of people here,
yeah,
and we stepped it up when I had my meeting with KDP. We've been having our meeting. We're having about, a lot of meetings and stuff,
yeah,
and our whole thing was to take it to the next level, and this year we definitely doing that. And I ain't gonna tell all the stuff we're doing because, we like surprises and stuff.
sure,
So, but yeah, we taking it to a whole new level and stuff, a lot of uniforms and stuff, outfits that some of the people are gonna be wearing and stuff.
cool.
Got family coming up from New Orleans. Some of my family from Bay Area, they was in last year. They coming back. Um, just a lot of. We've been handing out a bunch of flyers. Got a couple of radio ads that's getting ready to run.
Yeah.
Start running ads on Facebook and different things like that's starting this week. Coming up stuff. So we're expecting a lot of people here.
Well, I've got my very own hot sauce that we use at the restaurant
Mm-hmm.
that we developed with a local guy here called Bayou Burner, and I have maybe a couple of dozen bottles left, and I'm gonna give them away at Cajun Fest. And then I also have, I don't know if you've ever seen this thing. It's called Cajun in your pocket. No. So it's from I think it's from the 80s actually. It's just a little attachment. It's on a little thing on your keychain, and it's got 6 sayings. And you press a button and you hear like a Cajun voice saying, "Ooh, I love you like a pig loves corn," or that kind of stuff. So I got one of those. They're hard to find, and I found one. I found them at the Royal Praline Shop in New Orleans.
Oh wow.
You can't get them anywhere else, right? So I'm gonna be giving away one of those for the Cajun Fest.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That should be fun. Yep.
All right, cool. Well, I tried to cut it short this week, and that didn't really work out. We're about 8 minutes shorter than last week, but thanks for your time,
Absolutely.
and I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks coming up. And of course, I've got some stuff that I've been working on with a manufacturer down in New Orleans that I'm going to be sharing with Neil, and then we'll eventually share it with you. But there's some cool stuff coming from New Orleans that will fit inside this store really nicely. So until next week, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Take care of yourselves. Say bye,
Yep.
Neil.
Bye bye.